Welcome to Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. On today's show for my new series, Everything is Possible, I have a very special guest. She has had 5 top Billboard dance hits and hitting #1 on the Billboard and premiering on MTV, her hit single, Self-Control. Welcome world-renowned singer, songwriter, actress, Kendra Erika. Hey, Kendra.
Thanks, Josh, for having me today.
Oh my God, such an honor and privilege just to have this moment here with you to interview you. Like, wow.
Oh, let's bring out the butter.
And champagne.
And champagne.
Yes, we're in Vegas. And it's 4th tomorrow.
Yes.
Anyway, but yes, thank you so much for meeting with me. I just look forward to hearing your story.
Yes.
Yes, and it's so cool that you're here in Vegas for the 4th of July and have some good
know.
times and fun.
Like they said in Legally Blonde, makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Oh yeah, yes. Well, yes, and other great things here in Vegas that have great food. I'm hungry, God.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, you know, one thing about you, Kendra, is I've seen your work and incredible work, especially your voice, like God,
well,
angelic.
I have to thank him for that. So.
Oh, of course, yes, of course. And here's the beauty of why I love doing my interviews is because everyone at times want to know the foundation of the guest, of the artist, right?
Yes.
And I think that's important because it leads you back to the roots of where it all started and just the journey from that beginning of discovering yourself. So we're going to take it back to chapter 1 with Kendra Erika. I know, right? Season 1, episode 1, guys. Yes.
Like fan through all the pages.
That's so cool. A lot of the timeline of great journey you've been on. But yes, so yeah, let's get to know the foundation of Kendra Erika.
Okay.
When it started for you, the desire to want to sing and be an actress. So.
It started at a very young age, I would say around 4.
Well, that is,
My mom put me in front of the TV, and at that time there was an influx of Disney princess movies that were out at that time in the 90s. And I was watching these movies, and I said to myself, they are singing, they're dancing, they're creating a whole world, and they're immersing people in that world. And I was just so transfixed by that I said to myself, at 4 years old, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
And I had this desire, like you said, to want to do that and to follow that pathway. The only obstacle was that I was tone deaf or tone challenged. Because
wow, really?
Being that I love to perform, I would always put on these shows during my parents' dinner parties, and they would always end up having to go like this or opening extra bottles of wine just to tolerate it.
Really? Wow.
But I had the confidence. I was very entertaining because I've seen videotapes of me from back then.
Okay.
I had the confidence, just not the vocality or the skill set.
Okay.
So when I was around 8 years old, I wanted to get more involved in theater and community theater. And my mom said, I need to get her vocal lessons if she's going to do this, because it's just going to be downright humiliating if my daughter can't perform to an optimal ability. So, and just from a logic sense, it just makes more sense to develop the skill sets and then go into theater.
Yeah.
So I was introduced to the musical director at the theater. His name is Giesbert Hoyer. He was a professional opera singer from Berlin, Germany. So he was very regimented, very strict.
Oh, yeah.
And being that I was 8 years old experiencing this, I was like,
oh my God.
I learned my first German curse word. I learned Scheiße, which means shit in German. And then Fick the Scheiße, which means
oh my God.
shit.
Really?
Yeah.
At 8 years old?
At 8 years old.
Oh my God.
And it was so funny because my mom is German and she speaks fluent German.
Okay.
So he and her bonded.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
But for me, being at 8 years old, it was such an experience, and I'm going to bring in the positive now because classical training lays that foundation, and we're talking about foundation. It lays that foundation vocally, because all the other genres of singing stem from classical. All the technique, all the training, the breathing, the palate placement, the facial placement, everything. So anatomically speaking, everything stems from classical. So I am so grateful to have had that. And it's so funny that it came in the form of such a German dictator.
Yeah, really. But that's interesting that it worked out in the end like that. That's
He's a kind-hearted soul. It's just he has to tap into that in order to break through. But that was my entree into the world of performance and theater, is by doing that foundational work and learning operatic songs. And by age 13, I won my first talent competition singing Andrea Bocelli's "Time to Say Goodbye."
Wow!
I was 13 years old. I was in braces. I was just I was in this like long gown, but I felt it was like an awkward stage in my life. But I won first place, and I was not expecting it. And when I did, I was like Miss Rhode Island from Miss Congeniality. I was like, I did the whole thing.
I would too.
I did the whole fan, the whole
God,
the whole exasperated thing. Yeah. But it was genuine because I was not expecting it.
You weren't expecting it.
Not at all.
It's a very incredible story. That's amazing.
So, and then from there, I started to develop and evolve and build from there.
Wow. The discovery, of learning about yourself and seeing that's incredible. Wow. So knowing that you brought up at 4 the Disney princesses that you were saying you were watching?
Yes.
Which one's your favorite film of back then of the classics Disney's?
Little Mermaid.
Really? Little Mermaid? I wasn't expecting that.
Yes.
Why Little Mermaid?
Because my life has been that. Yeah. Because I've had to work for my voice. I've had to work back to getting my voice. It's like my voice has been stolen. And also just throughout my personal life as well, I've had certain characters or nuances come in and try to mold my voice a certain way or take it away or put it back in, but in a new form. So I've always had people try to push me this way and push me that way or take that. And so The Little Mermaid has definitely been something that has resonated with me.
Interesting.
And
wow.
In that story.
Yeah.
So, and I also think that I resemble her in a way.
Yeah. I mean, so I take it you watched that quite a bit growing up at that age. I could see that when you mentioned how it really relates to your life, of how you were trying to get that voice back, like the movie. Interesting. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And and the beauty of discovering yourself too, the fact that when you discover yourself, the doors that open as you approach those discoveries.
Yes.
And what I really find fascinating also is that sometimes it's not pleasant. Sometimes there's challenges, there's risk taking, and there's moments when life will present you an opportunity and you have to decide, what are you going to do? Yeah. And those are the bold moments that I've seen in a lot of my interviews that have shaped the future of the foundation to where it's at. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes there's learning experiences. I don't see failure as you are a failure. It's a learning experience. Yeah. But also, you come back stronger, wiser, and a different version of you that you didn't see before. So, my question is, now that you have discovered yourself and you're at that point, maybe in your teens or 20s, getting there, how did you handle that fear of the unknown? What are people going to think? First, you winning that, at 18, that's incredible.
Yeah, well, 13.
I'm sorry, 13 for the competition. But from that point on, how did you handle the challenges of the thoughts of the unknown? What are people going to think? How do you handle that?
Well, when I was in my teen years, I was still in those primitive years, so I was just going through it, and I was just forging onward and moving forward and persevering and sailing onward. But with the challenges that I had, I just constantly, there was this push to just keep on persevering and moving forward. And although I saw them as challenges, there's just something, and I believe it's God, the Holy Spirit, just that kept pushing me in a forward moving direction and keeping that momentum going.
Wow.
So, and my dad always said there's going to be peaks and valleys, but the more hiking that you do, the less valleys you'll experience, and you'll experience more peaks. And even if you do find yourself in a sort of crevice, it's just a crevice. It's not a low valley.
Yeah.
Because you have learned that the peaks are more enjoyable, and to keep yourself there. So, and not allowing anything to drive you into a valley, and being smart about preserving and protecting yourself.
No, well said. I like that, and especially the fact that I'm a believer as well, you know, and I believe truly that God will help us through times where it does get hard. He's definitely helped me, believe me. And it's not; these have been really difficult challenges at times. But yes, it's the fact of just stay focused, believe in yourself, because God believes in you, so believe in yourself. Yes. But it's not easy at times because we are human, right? We go through the motions and the comments and certain things, and other family trying to structure you, trying to say, well, why don't you do this? Or friends, why don't you try that? And you're and you're kind of like confused. You're in a haze because you're like, I don't know where to go.
Well,
sometimes, you know.
And you know who?
Oh, yeah.
Can work through family members.
True.
And can work through friends or loved ones or significant others.
Very true.
To try to test you, because that's how he does it. He works.
Very true.
He's not really powerful, so what he does is he puts himself into other beings to try to test you along the way.
Very true. I totally agree. Yes. And that's the thing. He will use certain people that you admire, people that you are close to, just to plant seeds of other stuff. Now, I'm not saying it's always like that, but there are times where I've experienced that. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
where did that come from? You know?
And it's really funny because when, just like you said, put it in people that you admire.
Right. Yeah.
It's you have two choices. You can either look at that, or look at that sort of person as one competition and say, and put a sort of block on it, or you could say, okay, and you can extrapolate, okay, he or she did this, he or she did that, and then you extrapolate, and then you make your own out of it.
Yeah.
And then that's how you pass the test. So I just revealed the new codes. Oh,
there you go. Wow, I should have written that down. I'm like, wait, we're going to go over that again. Yeah. That was great. No, well said on that. That was great, yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. And that's very true, and that's the thing for me, too. I'm the type where I've structured myself to do my very best to speak life into my guests, into friends and family, because for us to do that, you're planting hope and seeds for them to keep going, especially in this kind of time of age that we're living in.
And that's
it's
how
hard.
God works through you.
Yes, to be the light.
You can be a beacon. So, and not being able to not being afraid to share your story, because as we know, being vulnerable is the newfound strength in our world today, because we've been taught so many times, and our parents and their parents have taught us that being vulnerable is a sign of weakness.
That's true.
And it's not.
Right, it's not.
It's only a sign of weakness if you stay there.
Right.
But if you share it and then you build from it, that's strength.
That's right. No, yeah, well said. And I believe everyone has a voice. And that's why I have Rhythm and Roads, to have that platform for you to share your voice, to share it, because a lot of people are feeling they're not heard, they're not being heard, and it's important to be heard, because I went through that in my own journey growing up, where I didn't feel like I was heard. So it's good to have that.
That's why we're in show business.
Yeah, right, and that's why we're here. Yes. Well, and thank you again for sharing your incredible chapters of your life, of just the foundation of it and where we're at now. But I do want to transition now into your new album, License to Thrill. Like, whoa. And I'm a huge fan of Duran Duran. So the View to a Kill, like, that was like, oh my God, I loved your version of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, you want to share the story behind License to Thrill?
Yeah, well, it started when I was a child again. My dad showed me my first Bond movie when I was 7. I was 7 years old.
Wow.
Talk about numerology
Right.
and power.
Meant to be.
Meant to be. But he showed me my first Bond movie when I was 7 years old. I can't remember which one it was. Either it was Dr. No or Goldfinger.
Oh.
But he showed me this movie, and I was captivated by it. Even at that young age,
Wow.
there was just something about it, and that's when you know, ding, 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 you got an old soul.
Yeah.
There's an old soul there. So ever since I saw that, I had always wanted to do something Bond related in my music.
Wow.
And even to the point of whenever I would work with a producer, I would say, could we put some strings in there? You know, because a lot of the Bond soundtrack
has strings.
Has those strings in there. I was really captivated by that, and also combined with Lana Del Rey being an inspiration of mine. She uses a lot of those cinematic elements too.
I like her music.
But it's such an essence of storytelling when you put those orchestral and those classical foundations into your work, because it just makes it that much more impactful. But throughout my tenure in dance music, I had always wanted to do something Bond related. I wanted to infuse it or just find like an outlet to introduce it. And quite frankly, I'll just back up a little more. When I was 21, I was working with an artist development firm in New York. And that whole firm, the CEO was from Belgium, and a lot of the songwriters and the team were from Europe. So they had that, they were very palatable. They understood taste, they understood quality. They just embraced all of that. So when I was being interviewed by them and sort of audited, they said, okay, you are, because I was talking about my likes, my dislikes, my story, and they then said, okay. And then they started then crafting me into being this femme fatale Bond girl image.
Yeah.
Along with essences like Ginger from Casino, Amy Adams from American Hustle, Michelle Pfeiffer from Scarface, just those dangerous women.
Whoa.
And it was just so funny that at that time, that's when I could feel the Bond girl or the James Bond concept just really start taking flight. But I think it was halted by God to then put me into dance music, dance and EDM, to then cultivate the skills
interesting.
that I needed to do. Because I felt like at that age, like 21, 22, I was probably too young to be presenting myself or not have the maturity to fully embody what a Bond girl is. And then also just personally, I think having those 8 to 10 years go by, I personally then had other situations and other lessons to add to that maturity, so that I would have that Bond girl look in my face saying, I have gone through a lot.
Right?
I've gone through a lot.
Yeah.
But that's what makes me impenetrable, indestructible.
Wow. Yeah.
So I think it all just aligned in such a beautiful way. But when I was doing dance music, I felt like I just cultivated all those skills, like the performance, the songwriting, the marketing, the social media, so then I could take it into this new chapter of my life, which is revisiting, and not just revisiting, but then stepping fully into that Bond girl image and that Bond girl sound, and having a license to thrill.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that.
Well,
and that's the thing. Things happen for a reason, right? Like you mentioned. So that time, it wasn't meant for you at that time until later on.
Until later on.
Until when you were ready.
Yes.
Yeah. And now look where it's at. It's like even better.
Yes.
I believe that. That's so awesome. Wow. Well, for this album, now transitioning to your also another hit single, Self Control, which I love your version. Like I've heard it, a long time ago too, and I was like, God, that's a great song.
It is.
Want to share a story behind it?
Well, I'd worked with a producer by the name of Fred Cannon out of Nashville when I was around 18 or 19, and he introduced me to the original Self-Control by Laura Branigan.
Yeah.
But an interesting fact is that he worked for a label in France called Carrere Records.
Oh, okay.
Back in the 80s, and there was an Italian pop star named Raph who originally sang the song Self-Control.
Oh,
and then
geez.
Laura Branigan then took it and made it big in the States.
Okay.
So it was like, it's sort of like Nutella, how it started in Italy first and now it's in...
Yeah, really,
now it's
for
in the
real. It's
States.
just been passing on. Yeah, made its way to you too.
Yes.
That's cool.
Self-Control is like Nutella.
Yeah.
But...
I love to use that example.
And it's just as delicioso.
Yes,
But
delicious.
But when he showed me both versions, I loved both of them. And then I went back to Florida, and then I started learning that song, and then I started performing it out when I was performing at different bars, restaurants,
Wow,
where I had
okay.
residencies in Boca, and I would always put that song at the end of the evening when people were feeling themselves a little bit and wanted to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the martinis and
Kicking in, yeah.
martinis and Chardonnay kicked in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There was no self-control on that.
There was no self-control. So, but I love performing that song. So when I had already charted about a couple songs on the Billboard dance charts, I then went to my producer Damon and I said, I'd like to do an 80s remake of something.
Oh.
And it was so funny because it didn't pop in my mind right at that instant. And we were just bouncing ideas back and forth of 80s hits or those unheard gems from the 80s that we could refurbish.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, thank God for the download, I just said, bing, what about Self-Control? And I sent it to him. And he said,
interesting.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's so cool. Wow.
So, and that's how that song came to be. I reimagined it, and it went to #1. And the fun,
Congrats on that. Yeah.
And the interesting facet about this is, I was always told by Hollywood executives or people that operate from industry standard to not release any music the week between Christmas and New Year's or around the holidays. So, being me, what did I do? I went against the grain and I released it the week between Christmas and New Year's. And and because I did that, I went to #1.
Oh my God.
Why? Because it was the path of least resistance.
Yeah, that is interesting. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is common sense in this world, so don't listen to industry standards.
Well said, yeah. Wow, that is interesting, huh? I never would have thought people would listen to that during Christmas time and all that, but look how it took off.
Yeah, I was like, it's a path of least resistance. There's no traffic on the road. Let's do it.
Might as well take that, just do it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the beauty of it too, is risk taking, right?
Risk taking.
At the end, it's your decision.
Yeah.
Do it. It's not gonna hurt you. It could either you learn from it or hey, it could take off.
Yes.
So, great job.
Thank you.
Glad you did that.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So we already pretty much answered why you love Bond.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll skip that question because we already know. But I do want to get into now your acting.
Yeah.
I saw that the cherry picker.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to share about that?
So the cherry picker is a concept and a pilot out right now.
Okay.
About written and produced by Sarah DiPaggio and Jokes Yanis. I'm. Pardon me. Sorry, Jokes. I'll get it right someday. But it's about a Hollywood executive who cherry picks.
Okay.
Who steals ideas. from people, and then he has to pay the piper, and that unfolds in the pilot of him being confronted.
Wow,
And
interesting.
him actually having to have some sort of recognizance and some and what's the word, and some reevaluation of who he is.
For who he is.
And in Cherry Picker, I play May Sunshine, who is the EDM pop star girlfriend of this Hollywood executive.
Okay.
So it's sort of like I'm Lala Kent dating Randall Emmett.
Okay, wow.
It's sort of that.
Sort of like that.
Yeah, but like
Okay.
with talent.
Okay,
So.
with talent, yeah. Okay, well, that's interesting. And so, is this film already out, or was it's still in production, or?
It's out right now.
Oh, it is out already.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a pilot that's being shopped around right now, and it's been, and a lot of really cool eyes have been on it. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad. And what's next for you with acting?
Well, funny enough, I just went to the Dances with Films premiere where the same producer, Sarah DiPaggio, and Jokes created another pilot called Burning Bridges, and it's a wrestling movie. It sort of models after a Hulk Hogan type character who, due to fame and Fastlane, has run into some ego problems.
Okay.
And sort of crashed and burned in his life, and now he's trying to build back up, but he's burned too many bridges.
Oh.
So in that movie, or in that pilot, my role is his mom in the flashbacks of when he was a kid, and seeing how all of these nuances developed at such a young age for him. So and a lot of the line in the pilot that I say in the beginning was, "What are you going to do? Be a bad guy forever?" And that just instantly sets the template for the whole pilot.
From there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, is this in the works to be filmed?
Oh, it's already filmed.
Oh, it's already filmed. Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And where can they see these films?
Well, the Burning Bridges just premiered at the Dances with Films Festival at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
Okay.
And then Cherry Picker was also premiered, and forgive me, when I find the link, I will send it to you.
Okay. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Well, it's interesting, from the foundation where we started, now we're at the point of seeing your timeline of the beautiful gifts God has given you in your acting and the music. And I feel like from that, where we're at now, rediscovering yourself is also good at times too, because sometimes you'll take that point in your life and you ask yourself, why am I doing this, right? What's the purpose behind that? And it's okay to ask those questions, because sometimes God could be leading you to another chapter you never thought you would go, or another discovery of yourself that you never thought was within you. But that's the beauty of this journey of life, is rediscovering. Yeah, and you never know what's ahead for you, Kendra. You just never know.
No, as my publicist Kelly, shout out to her. What she always tells me is, she says, just get in your inner tube and float down the river.
Okay, that's funny. Okay, yeah, pretty much. Just let it guide you. Let the river guide. Yeah.
Like whenever I'm feeling a certain way, I'm like, what do I get in your inner tube? And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. And and the beauty of what's meant for you will find you. Yeah. So there's so much still ahead that hasn't come yet.
I know.
So it's going to come, because what's meant for you will come up at the time that's appointed for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you. We speak the same language.
We do. But as of right now, which I still don't know what's really in the head, if you want to share, but what is next for you?
Well, License to Thrill is continuing to thrill people.
Awesome.
And
yeah, congrats on that.
Thank you. Yeah. We have more shows coming up. We have one in September 4th at the Borman Theater in San Diego.
Oh, cool.
And then we have back-to-back nights in Boca Raton, Florida at Meisner Park.
Okay.
And that's in November 12th and 13th. And then with my original song, Catch Me, which
That's
is,
right,
which
your
is
latest
a
single.
fusion of both the dance world that I came from and now this 007 Bond-esque world. It's a fusion of those two. And
Wow.
that we're taking it to the UK and European
Wow.
markets, because as much as America loves Bond, the global likes it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would imagine, yes.
It's very globally appealing, but that's what's on the horizon right now, and also I cannot confirm nor deny that a second License to Thrill album is in the works. But once
Oh,
again,
was this exclusive news here on Rhythm and Roads? Oh my God, a little bit.
I'm gonna put on my De Niro face and say, I don't know.
that was really good, actually. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we will look forward to that.
I can't confirm nor deny. I don't
I
even
don't
know.
know.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You know.
That's funny. Well, let's see. I hope so. Let's see what next year brings, right?
Yes.
Just keep going.
And more original projects. I have more original music coming out that
Oh my
is
God.
very Bond-esque. And I've also been asked to sing and perform other people's work as well.
Really? Okay.
And that is also in the works too. So the fun part about this is the journey and making it all happen.
Yeah, making it happen.
So that's what's on the horizon.
You have so much to look forward to.
I do, yes.
Which is good.
I do. It's a good thing.
Yes, it is a good thing. Wow.
Yes.
Well, before we close, Kendra, I just the beauty of also life is when you get to a point in your age, which you're not there yet. Well, I'm not there yet, but it's just when you look back. Right? Oh, did I see a gray hair right here? What the heck? Yeah. But it's it's a time where self-reflect, right? It's it's that little dash from when you were born to the time when your last breath here on earth. Mm-hmm. That little dash there in between. You look back at, let's say, when you're 60, 70, or 80. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But where I'm getting at is, what would your fans want to remember you for of who you are and your music? Because your music will always be around. Right. But we won't. Right. But your music will still be played in streamings, and I would hope so. I mean, I don't think music is going to go anywhere. No. But when they hear you, and they hear your song and you, what would you want them to remember, Kendra Erika, of who you are and your music and acting? Right. Yeah. I think a combination of both heart, brain, and courage. And I was thinking this today because, especially in our world today, in order to truly be a success, you need to be like the Wizard of Oz. You need to have a brain, you need to have heart, and you need to have courage. And I mean, they kind of did it backwards and saying, oh, you don't need those things to get to the Emerald City or the Wizard of Oz. You kind of do. So you need that. If you just have heart and no courage and no brain, it's only going to take you so far down that brick road. But if you have a brain, a heart, and courage, you'll surely get there. And that's one thing that I have learned, and I'm still learning, because I'm still, and Kevin Hart said it best. He said, because he's always been asked to mentor people, and he's like, I can't do that because I'm still a student of the game. And when those who are very, I don't know, I want to say preachy, that means that they're not evolved. So you want to always stay in that evolutionary spot, because
you want to show people that you're on a journey as well.
That's
and that
right.
you have a story. So yeah, I would just want to be remembered for having that heart, that brain, and that courage.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
being all three of them, the lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow.
Wow, well said. Beautiful answer.
So,
Thank you. Yeah, every story is unique. You know, almost 300 interviews I've done already in almost 3 years. But every story is unique, just like a fingerprint.
right.
That unique story that God placed in your life,
Mm-hmm.
and it's yours to develop it, to use it for good, or however you want to use it.
Right.
But that story's yours, you know.
Correct.
And that's the beauty of it. Every story is unique. It's
Yes.
never like, oh, this person was like this, same as this person. No, it's so unique. I learned from so many incredible artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love this. The fact that I'm learning just to learn what you're talking about of your journey. And this is a journey, and that's the thing, guys. Like, be that seed of hope and help others on their journey. Because I've been helped in my journey, and I'm still learning. But I'm truly blessed from where I'm at because I have people believe in me and help me on my journey. So help others as well.
And likewise through this conversation as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before we close, how can the fans and the viewers stay updated on your social links?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook at Kendra Erika Music, on Instagram at Kendra Erika, on YouTube at Kendra Erika, and TikTok as well. And as Anna Delvey would say, just Google me.
Oh, wow, like what she said, guys.
Just Google me.
Yes, just Kendra Erika, and it comes up. And actually, I did do that. I just put Kendra Erika, and there was everything I needed. So, well, thank you. It's such a blessing to have you on the show, Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas.
Thank
Yes.
you. So wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And guys, if you'd like to come on and share your testimony or your story, my Instagram is Joshua Jacob Official. I believe every story matters. Every story can impact someone's life who is watching, who either is starting a new dream, resurrecting an old dream, or on the edge of giving up. And so one story can change that, and you don't know who's watching. So just believe that every story can be an impact in someone's life. This series, Everything is Possible, is inspired by Matthew 19:26. Look it up. But thank you again, Kendra Erika.
Thank you.
Thank you, Griffith Rehearsal Studios. This is Joshua Jacob with Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas. Thank you for watching.